WVTC Radio Detroit. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, X, and our website, www.wvtcdetroit.com, or download our WVTC app from the Play Store for Android users and the App Store for iPhone users. Thank you for tuning to WVTC Radio Detroit and the Community Bell Show with your host, former Wayne County Commissioner, Edna Bell. Stay tuned for insightful information Detroiters will find valuable. Text a friend and tell them to watch with you for news you can use. And now, your host, Edna Bell.
Hello, hello, hello. It is Monday at 4 o'clock, so it must be the Community Bell Show. Welcome. We're so glad to have you with us on this wonderful, sunny, and warm Monday. Last Monday in September, and it's 84 degrees. Who knew? But we're not going to complain. We like it. We're going to take it as long as God's given it to us. So it's a wonderful day. We got a special guest with us today. I'm telling you, we're going to talk about our special guest because she's done and is doing lots and lots of things in the area. But before I do that, I want you to remember the Detroit chapter, the Gospel Music Workshop, having our concert on our Sunday, October 19th. Sunday, October 19th. And it's at Kadish. And We know where Cadence is because that's part of Cody Rouge area. How about that? So it's at Cadence at 4 o'clock, and it starts at 4. But if you're smart, you want to get there about 3:15 to get a seat at a parking spot. Going to be a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful affair. And congratulations to all those ladies who had Women's Day services on yesterday. New Prospect Missionary Baptist Church, Women's Day service. Hartford Baptist Church, Greater Christ Baptist Church, Women's Day service. You saw a lot of white yesterday because everybody was wearing white. So if you saw somebody in white, they were either coming from or going to somebody's Women's Day service on yesterday. But it was a great day, and we're just so happy that everything turned out really, really well. We had a great weekend. Friday night, we had games and hustle lessons and food and camaraderie. And then Saturday, there was painting with a twist and lots of other good things. So, it was a good weekend for New Prospect and it's Women's Day. We are pleased. It was great afternoon. Now, Kenyetta Campbell is my guest. Kenyetta is the executive director and founder of Cody Rouge Organization. Now, if you don't know where Cody is, think about Cody High School. That's where Cody Rouge is. West side of Detroit. Great area. Chicago, Warren, Ironman, Greenfield, Schaefer, Grand River, all those wonderful areas. Cody Rouge. And Cody Rouge has done a fantastic job, not only in just being in a community organization, but helping people, helping children, getting young people started. We've got all sorts of programs at Cody Rouge. So I'm not going to continue talking. I'm going to let Kenyetta talk. Kenyetta, welcome to the Community Bell Show.
Thank you so very much for having me.
We are just so pleased to have you. I know you've been on before. That's been a few years ago. So I thought it's time to have her back because so much is going on. She was just honored in Washington, D.C. with a wonderful award for all the work she's done. She was honored a few months ago for another. What was the award you got a few months ago?
I was honored by the Senior Connect, or the seniors in the neighborhood. Honored me.
Yes. So she's just, but it isn't just because she's an attractive young lady and smart. It's simply because she does the work. Doing the work makes you get honors, and you have done the work. The work has been good work. It's been celebrated across the city, and we're just so happy to have you there. Talk about Cody Rouge, how it got started, and where things are.
Yeah. So the Cody Rouge Community Action Alliance, we were formed back in 2007 as a part of the Skillman Foundation Good Neighborhoods Initiative. At that particular time, the Skillman Foundation was looking to invest over $100 million in 6 communities. And Cody Rouge was one of those communities that were selected. So before it became an organization, we were just organizing and just structuring our community to be ready for transformation. And then in 2009 is when we officially launched the organization as an official nonprofit. And then we became a CDC, Community Development Corporation.
And what do you do?
Yes.
You can't name it all.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
but name the major things that you do. Because you have to come back to name all of it.
Absolutely,
there's so much that you do. So talk about what you do.
Yeah, so we focused on 3 core areas: community development, neighborhood stabilization, and youth development. Those are our 3 pillars. And part of that work with the community development, we make sure that we're working with local block clubs and associations, making sure any type of development projects that come in the neighborhood, that the residents are a part of that. That they're not just there as a placeholder, but they're there to also be able to make change in the neighborhood. Their voices are heard and lifted. We host many community meetings, forums, and things like that, making sure that residents are aware of different things that are coming to the community, as well as the current programs that we have, so they're aware of what the different resources. Under our youth development arm, we have 3 programs. The Cody Rouge Youth Council, which is our longest standing, we call it our signature program.
Yes.
That program has been around since the inception of the organization. And the goal is to ensure that youth voice are a part of the community. So they host a series of community meetings as well. They also are, they're visiting colleges. We're assisting them with their academics and such. We also have a very new program that started last year, which I'm excited about. It's called the Co-Evolution, and basically that particular program is geared towards young people that are interested in education. So we have an education reform project that we're currently working on with Dr. Truman Hudson. And then we have High Hopes, which is a program that really focuses on case management, making sure that youth are are receiving supportive services to prevent them to going into the system. So that's one of our the last few years programs that we've added. In reference to neighborhood stabilization, we have a really strong home repair program, in which we're hearing not only just senior homes, but now we're actually opening it up for other residents within the district. We also provide basic needs for residents, utility assistance, appliances, so when they're in need of appliances. And I can go on and on, but those are like the main areas of the organization.
That's great. And I want to start with the appliance and the community, that piece.
Yeah.
Because a friend of mine just recently applied for one of that program, and she was amazed that she was able to get a washer, a dryer, a stove, and a dishwasher.
Yes. So that's like a program that I'm very excited about because a lot of times one of my residents, she said, I called her, I said, are you in need of an appliance? And she said, no, I'm fine. And then she thought about it.
Yeah. They're reluctant to tell you if they really need something. You have to kind of prompt them sometimes.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay if you can say it's okay. You need it.
But then she went to say, okay, I've had my dryer for 20 years. I said, it's time for a new one. Yeah. But at the same time, sometimes the older things work longer and better. So I said, you might want to hold on to it just in case. But we were able to gift her with a dryer as well.
Is that program still going on?
It is still going on now. We're crossing our fingers and pray that once this budget from the state is approved, that we can continue the program because it is part of the next phase for us to continue that program.
Okay, because I've got a couple of people who said, I don't know, I'll find out.
Oh, yes, please.
So they said, I need a washer and a dryer. I said, I'll find out.
Yes.
So we'll find out. But those kinds of programs just are so important.
Yes.
To keep people living their homes and to keep the neighborhood stable. And I know we had a program where we were repairing steps.
Yes.
For people in their homes.
Yes.
And steps are important because, there are times when me and steps don't get along as well as we used to.
Yeah.
And so steps and railings on porches, really important, particularly for seniors, because many of those neighborhoods are older neighborhoods.
Absolutely. Yes.
And the people who are there have been there for 30, 40 years. And their homes need some help, but they aren't always able to do that. So that program is so important for the community.
And I'm glad you mentioned the years of of people living in the community that we consider like our legacy residents. So those are the folks that we're always looking for first.
Okay.
Folks that have gone through all of the tough times with us, with revitalizing the neighborhood and being at the table in those beginning days when we first started. So we make sure that we we focus on not saying we don't do anything for newcomers.
Sure.
But we want to make sure those who have been here, they've kind of put in the work.
Well, for the people who stayed when everybody left.
Absolutely.
Who held it down until some good stuff started coming.
Absolutely.
Should not be overlooked.
Yes.
And they should be the first ones who reap the benefits of being able to hold the community together until things got better. So that is just so special that we are able to do that for those seniors. You do a lot with block clubs. Tell me about the block club piece?
So I love our block clubs. We have quite a few block clubs in Cody Rouge, as well as associations. And we were actually able to receive funding from the state of Michigan and Kresge Foundation and MPHI to
What's
re-grant.
MPHI?
Now you tested me. Let's see. It's mental. Oh God, I can.
Okay.
I'm so used to, I'll come back to it. It's a health initiative. They're actually out of, they're a national, statewide organization that works with Kresge. In fact, they invited me to come to a meeting last week to kind of talk about the work. So I need to know what the acronym stands for. But we received funding to re-grant to the block clubs and association around health initiatives. So now that the block clubs are able to come up with different projects and they are hosting their not just old school block clubs is cool, but they're adding additional support to it around health. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. We have 11 grantees that are part of that. Most of them are block clubs and associations, but then we also have a community gym, which is Synergy Works. They receive assistance as well. And then there's 2 other smaller groups that are providing garden work as well. Art and Soul, which is they're doing like yoga. In fact, tonight is yoga night. So there's a organization that's focusing on that. And then the other young lady, Well-being, her organization is also focusing on trying to address hypertension.
Okay. And speaking of exercise and wellness, you host something over at Dearborn Community College. Is that where
Uh,
it is?
Henry Ford. Yes,
Community College.
yeah.
It's a wonderful event
Mhm.
where you have ladies come in and they have you do exercise
Yes.
and you're pulling on a rope or something.
Yeah.
And I think that is a wonderful event, and the community people really turn out
They love it
for
yeah.
that. And that is another one of those things that Cody Rouge does to not only they don't just revitalize, they continue to bring people together and make sure that they're healthy and that
Absolutely.
their bodies are well as well as the mind.
Absolutely.
And so that activity is just such a wonderful
Thank
activity.
you.
And you have vendors there
Yes.
that talk about how they can help in terms of your health care and what you should eat right,
Right.
and all those kinds of good things. So,
And the finance. We have
and
folks there talking
that's
about
right.
financial literacy, making
Yes.
sure that they're, taking a look at their personal finances
Mhm.
at the end of the year and also at the beginning of the year.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. And so that is just such a wonderful program that
Thank
those communities, and it's free, everybody. You ought to be able to remember and know that there are things that people are trying to provide for this community that don't cost you a dime. It costs you maybe a gallon of gas
Right.
to get to the event. The people at the event are top-notch people. They know their business. They know exercise. They can tell you, no, it isn't feeling right because you're not doing it right.
Mhm.
Let the rope loose a little bit. Don't
Yeah.
make it so tight.
Right.
And don't turn that way, turn the other way.
Right.
And so they are there to help you out. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful program. But take advantage of all these things that are being
Absolutely.
offered. You so oftentimes talk about, well, I can't afford this, I can't afford that. You don't have to. It's being offered to you for free. Please take advantage of these activities and
Yes.
all the services that are being offered for free. Cody Rouge even provides the food drives that we
Yes.
have. Talk about the food.
Yes. So we partner with Gleaners.
Mhm.
They're providing free food on Wednesdays at
Mhm.
St. Suzanne Community Resource Center. And then we host Thanksgiving giveaways.
Yes.
So in the past, we've always hosted it at the community center.
Mhm.
Now we are partnering with a local Black-owned business in the community. And that's where it's going to be at again this year. Last year was the very first time that we moved the location. But we like to make sure that as we're developing the community, as we have new businesses that are coming in the community, this young man, he also graduated from Cody. So we're
isn't that
excited to be able
great?
to support his
Where
business.
is it? Where is this
It's on the
business?
corner of Westwood and Plymouth. So it's not too
Mhm.
far from the police station, 6th
Okay.
precinct.
Perfect. Now, Westwood and Plymouth, everybody. Let me try to give you some locations. I know you know where Starters Restaurant and Bar is.
Everybody knows Starters is.
Everybody know where Starters is. Well, this location is almost directly across the street from Starters.
Yeah, it's like a few blocks.
A few blocks away from Starters on Plymouth, just down the street from the police precinct. What's the church is on the corner of Plymouth and Southfield?
Providence.
Providence Church.
Yes.
Just come down the street, come down Plymouth, and you'll find this young man's grocery store. Patronize him, please. He's in the community. He's put a lot of work in making sure that you got fresh fruit and you got good staple items. You drive everywhere else you want to go. Drive over there. Don't say it's too far.
Right in the neighborhood.
It's in your neighborhood. It's in the neighborhood. Drive down the street and patronize this young man. The fact that he put all the effort and the money, because it is costly to renovate buildings and to order all those things and get all the licenses you need. Patronize him. He put all that effort into being one who wants to serve our community. Go to his location on Plymouth, on the west side. It's in the community, and you east side folk can come over too.
Sure.
It's all
welcome
right.
you.
We welcome everybody to come over and patronize his store. What's the name of the store?
Westwood Market.
Westwood Market. Got that? Westwood Market. Plymouth and Westwood. Patronize this young man. It's important that we are able to keep people in our community, and to keep him there, you have to shop there.
Absolutely.
So make sure that you do that, and that's where the Cody Rouge Community Thanksgiving basket giveaway will be done this year. So make sure you're able to do that. And I try to come over and help a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's out there every year.
Pass a few boxes, pass on a few things.
Yes, we thank you.
But it's such a wonderful activity. And you see people are in need. And oftentimes people don't want to tell you that they need.
Yes.
And so if you know there's someone who needs, you can drive up and we'll let you have two. And take it to that neighbor, who wouldn't go because they're too proud to say I need, and just say, here, drop this off. This is from Cody Rouge. It's important that we take care of our neighbors. Important that we check on our neighbors. do some home visits, do some pop calls, just to say, hey, you haven't seen you in a day or two. Is everything okay? Important that we take care of each other, especially when you start getting to the age that many of us are. And we're happy to be at this age,
Yes.
but we need somebody to make sure that, check on everybody, check on
Wellness check.
everybody. Our wellness check it's fairly important. Now, we talked about the project where we were providing appliances for folk, and we're doing some help with their homes. Talk about the senior project that helps them with computers.
Yes, so
that was another one of my favorites.
Yeah, that was a great one. So we received a grant from the state of Michigan. Actually, it was $750,000 about 4 years ago, and this grant allowed us to purchase laptops, Google Nest Hub. So those of you who may not be familiar with a Google Nest Hub is, so it's like a tablet that you sits on your counter. You can play music on it. You can talk to it. It's kind of like Siri. Siri play this or play that. So you can talk
or
to
Alexis or whoever it is.
Whoever, yes.
Whatever the name is.
But then you can help it schedule your remembering when you have to take your medicine. Remember you need to go to the doctor. So it's, you can use it for calendar. I use it for music. Play music. But there's so many different things. So we were able to provide over 500 of those for seniors in the neighborhood, as well as laptops. We also was able to hire 7 instructors to come out and teach the seniors how to utilize the computers.
I went to the class. I went to the class.
Yeah, so
I needed the class.
Yeah. And we had 7 locations that were throughout the neighborhood, so that if there was a transportation issue, folks could just go up the street. They can walk if they had to, or a neighbor can take them. So that program is, I think, the program that really helped us leverage other dollars to continue the other programs that's going on now. Also through that program, that's kind of when we initially started doing like the and things like that, but it was much smaller as far as the utilities and things like that. So now the state is actually supporting that as well. So we definitely got to thank Senator Santana, who was able to leverage that support for us.
Yes, that was an absolutely wonderful program. Yes. And a lot of times seniors don't want to tell you they don't know how to do A, B, C, and D.
Right. Absolutely. Yep.
And so this program was taught by folks who were very patient. Yes. and did not, attack us when we couldn't figure out what button to push. Right. It was a great program. So I think that was one of the best programs, particularly for seniors who are at home a lot and don't get a chance to get out. This gives them a way to connect with the world.
Yes.
And to do things via that computer, that laptop, that they would not normally be able to.
I forgot the other thing we were able to do with that grant. We were able to purchase the Ring cameras. So folks that they could actually have, because part of the Google Nest Hub, you can also communicate with a relative that may not be in the state. So you can do it kind of, it's like a video camera. But the Ring camera, because we had a lot of seniors say that they felt unsafe with people knocking on their doors and things like that. So we were able to get that as well. So many of them are using that. In fact, we're looking to kind of bring that back.
Oh, that would be great. That
and lighting on the outside of the house.
Oh my God, lighting is a big issue. Lighting is a big issue. As a matter, I was at one of the ladies at church yesterday, and we've been talking about whether we go back to 7:30 service or not. She said, "I like 7:30 service, but it's dark in the morning, and I don't feel comfortable coming out of my house. Got to go through the gate and get through the car and all that. Yeah. And so the lighting is a real big issue. And those Ring cameras are really, really big, and they do such good make people feel comfortable, and people feeling safe and comfortable.
Right.
Makes a difference in how well they react and stay in their communities, because that's how people leave communities, is they don't feel safe and comfortable. And what you're doing is helping people feel safe in that community. And I think it's drawing people back to the community, because people are moving into that community much more so than other communities. Yes. And that's a big plus. Tax dollars and all that. That makes a big difference. Talk about the young people.
For the babies, I love young people. I always tell folks that youth development, community development found me by the way of youth development. Passion is always about youth, making sure that they are, we are wrapping our arms around them for everything. So that was the very first program that I launched when I first started the organization, and it's been going on and on. So part of what we are able to do is not only provide wraparound services for the youth, but then their entire family. So when the families are going through, for instance, we're now creating a mental health collaborative.
That is so important.
Because a lot of young folks and families have indicated that they just need somebody. especially since COVID. There are so many different things that are going on, and people are depressed and things like that. So part of the collaborative we're looking to do to support the young people, but then also their families. So our goal is to, we are interviewing all of the different providers that are in Detroit, and we're going to bring them all to the table because we believe that everybody has a. So, there's an organization that may be good with you. They may not be good with seniors. We know, or they may be good with the babies, but not be high school. So we're going to bring all those folks to the table. And then part of our goal is to collaborate with also with Genesis Hope, which is on the east side. So once we form the collaborative on the west side, we're going to also share that resource so that they can now have that collaborative. Because that was one of the things that the youth indicated even before COVID that they were struggling with. Some folks were suicidal, things like that. So part of, we also like to expose them to different job opportunities. So in the summer, they work in the summertime for organization through a program called Grow Detroit Young Talent. And part of that, we make sure that we partner the youth with a different company that's based on their career. That's something that we've been doing for the past 12 years now.
Yes.
12 years. And a lot of times the kids, they'll go off to college and they'll come back and we would be able to hire them, as long as they have to be under 24. So we can actually hire them in the summertime. So they work with local nonprofits, they work for corporations, some from home-based businesses, whomever is willing to bring them in to receive that work experience. And I think that's exciting.
That's really exciting. And after this song, after this next pause, we're going to come back and talk more about the young people and Impact Center where that program is taking place, and the trip to Washington D.C. that you took them on last year. That was really, really impressive. Yes, and I tell you, some of those kids had never been on
the plane. Yep, that was the first time. Yeah,
and so it was special to see them, and they looked so good, and they did so well, and they were just so excited to be in DC and meet the people. Meeting. That I think is so special for them to be able to go in their kind of things that they want to do when they go up. When they go to college, go what profession that is. And so in a minute, we're going to come back and talk about who will be our special guest at our concert on the 19th of October at Kadesh Baptist Church. So put it on your calendar. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful event. This is a fantastic choir. You're just going to love it. I love it. Now, back to our special guest, Miss Kenyetta Campbell, Executive Director of Cody Rouge Community Organization. We were talking about the young people. Talk about what some of the things they've done, but in particular, the trip you took them on to Washington, D.C.
Yes. So the trip to Washington, D.C. was really, it was great because the young people, they have applied for a challenge. It was a nationwide challenge to present a project, and they were going to select the top 12 across the country to come to Washington, D.C., compete for larger dollars. So they received like $25,000 just by applying and being chosen as the top 12.
Wow. Mind you, did you hear that? Our Cody Rouge children right here in Detroit were selected out of thousands of groups across the country. They were one of the top 12 in the country to be selected.
No,
get my babies.
So we were able to send two youth. We actually was 2 youth, and it was our youth coordinator. So Taylor Hodges, Cranston, and Tamara, which they both are now in college. But this happened
last year.
Okay, last year. Yep. So they presented basically the project was based on the young people wanted to create a health and wellness room inside the community center. So they created this room, and it was a place where they could, they can have therapists come there. It's nice and comfortable. They actually created all of the, the designs of the room. They went out and purchased all of the furniture and everything. So it was really a cool concept. So they went to Washington, D.C. They were to present. Unfortunately, we wasn't the top 3, but it was to get them there. Yep.
We were the top 12.
We were top 12. Yes.
That in itself is fantastic.
Yes. And this was the Federal Department of Health and Human Services.
Okay.
So that was pretty big. And through that, they were able to, tour the White House, tour pretty much all of the different monuments in Washington, D.C. So it was a great experience for them. And then they were able to come back and share their experience with the rest of the council. So now everybody's excited. They're ready to go back to DC.
Yes,
now, so,
yes,
yeah.
I'll bet. Isn't that something? I don't think people need to know that our babies are competing with
Yes.
babies from across the country.
Yes.
And when you come in number 12 across the nation of all the thousands of organizations that applied, that is so very, very special.
Where they say the world is watching.
Yes, yes. And they're watching, and our young people are stepping up.
Yes.
They're meeting the challenge.
Yes.
And they're doing great, great things. Now, you talked about mental health and bringing together organizations to help. That's a different challenge. That is such a challenge.
Yes.
And a lot of times, as we think about what goes on with children, a lot of that has to do with what's going on in the household with parents. And so if we're going to be able to save the children, we got to find a way to save the parents. We have to save the parents.
Yes, absolutely.
And a big issue, I think, in terms of the absenteeism that we're seeing in schools has to do with the parents needing assistance. And unfortunately, the children bear the brunt of that need that the parents have. And so that the fact that you're looking to do something to help those parents out, I think is going to help not just the parents, it's going to help the children, it's going to help the entire community. But because we've got to find a way to get these babies in school. And now that I've said that piece, let me go over on the other side of it and say, okay, parents, you have a responsibility to these babies. You have a responsibility. And see, now my view is, I know it's harsh, that if you are living up to it, you need to have some repercussions. Not the babies, the parents need the repercussions. Your responsibility to take care of the kids, not the kids taking care of, Johnny, who's 12, got to take care of Mary and Sue, who's 7 and 8.
Right.
And that's what's going on in some places. And so we need to find a way to let the parents know that you really do have a responsibility. If you don't live up to it, there's got to be some kind of negative consequence. Because right now, I didn't do it. Oh, they didn't go. Well, that's not good enough.
And that's why I feel like the mental health piece is important, because we don't know why. A lot of times parents, they're struggling because, it could be they're in a domestic violence situation or they don't have enough money to take care of the kids. So when you're in that situation where you really can't receive your basic needs, it's hard to think. You know what I'm saying? So, talking to these parents and just kind of hearing, some of their stories, it's difficult, and that's why I said, having the mental health supportive services, so that someone that is skilled to talk to them about it, and kind of help navigate them through, through whatever challenges they're going through. Yeah, I think that's definitely needed.
It is so needed. And again, unfortunately, the children are the ones who
they suffer. Absolutely. Yes.
Of parents needing assistance. And so we've got to find ways to be able to provide that assistance to the parents. And unfortunately, sometimes they're too embarrassed to ask. They don't want anybody to know that I'm having trouble. So I'm going to put this face on that I'm really okay. Everything's just fine. Everything really isn't fine. And the babies taking the brunt of their suffering. And so we need to find to help them in the health field. That's really
absolutely
really important. And the other part of the thing that's important is homelessness.
Oh, yes.
We've got a serious homeless problem.
Yes.
And I don't know how we fix it.
Yeah. I was just on a call today because we purchased some properties off of Warren in Southfield. And granted, I've been in the neighborhood all my life, and I didn't realize, I remember, I was living, I kind of stayed in different areas of Cody Rouge. I remember living off Warren when I came home from college, but I didn't remember it being what it is now. I remember people walking up and down the street.
It was.
But it's like off the hook now. It's off the hook. Yep. So now I was speaking with another community-based organization because, we're not the homeless organization that really knows how to handle it, but there are groups that are out there. So that's one of the things that if somebody's listening and you have an organization that's very passionate about the homeless community, we would love to have a conversation, with your organization to help us, because one agency can't handle it. It takes the entire community to really address, because, we don't know why these folks are homeless, so we have to figure out what the root causes are and how do we get support, for the homeless folks that are now Warren hanging out and, there's drugs and all sorts of things that, we don't want, the
Exactly. Exactly. Now we are doing something at Cody Rouge, um, that's really exciting and really special. We're about to have our own building.
Yes, we're going to have our own
How
home.
wonderful. How about that?
Oh my
We've
goodness.
been at St. Suzanne's Church for
17 years.
So we're gonna have our own. So
Yeah,
talk about the
yeah.
building that we're about to.
Yep. So we purchased two properties on West Warren and Abington. They're adjacent to each other, and our goal is to renovate those two properties to be our headquarters. One of the buildings is going to provide a technology lab, so we'll get a chance to continue the computer services. Also, it will be a business incubator for small businesses to come and to have co-working space in the community. It'll also be a place where if you're going to be hosting, a small intimate event, this will be a place that you can also do that as well. And I'm also excited because we're going to have a full commercial kitchen. So for those entrepreneurs that are into the food industry, they will be able to also utilize this space to, to house their business. And then the other side, I'm sorry, there's going to actually be a podcast room.
Oh,
so maybe you want to come and do a show, or you may want to teach the young people on how to start their own business. And we'll have a room for, individuals who are looking to do podcasts within the community. And then the other side will be like the intake office. So that will be where, we provide the one-on-ones, interviews with residents and supportive services. Then upstairs, our office. I finally have my own office room because right now it's been one big room. Everybody, yeah. So
that's good. That is so exciting.
Yeah, so it's exciting.
That is so exciting. We're looking forward to that. And this is such a huge effort being led by the chairman of our board, Damon Thompson. He's done an outstanding job for what he has done, and then utilizing all the knowledge he has in this arena. He's done phenomenal exceptional work in helping get this going. There is one other thing that we are doing, and that's our apartment building. Yes. Talk about it.
Yep. So we are building a 53-unit apartment building for senior citizens 55 and older. And I crack jokes and tell folks, I'm like, within a few more years, I'll be able to live there. I'm like, this is a little different. I remember when I first started, I was in my 30s. But so the apartment building will be for senior citizens 55 and older. We'll be providing wraparound services at the facility. So all the things that we're doing now within the organization, we'll have that right on campus for those residents. So that's exciting. They'll have a community room there. We are in partnership with CHN, and they're like the larger developer that's kind of helping build our capacity, so that as we are looking to do additional development projects in the future. So they're helping develop our capacity to do the work. And then behind there is going to be, it's currently a park, but the city is also renovating the park. And then part of that park will be a cater to. So we're looking to, to have their voices implemented on the different things they want to see. I know they're going to want, pavilion and things like that. So they'll be part of those community planning meetings, so that park that's right behind their home, they'll get a chance to, how to say. Like. Absolutely, yes.
And where is that going to be located?
That is located on West Warren and Abington. Yeah.
It is so exciting. Cody Rouge has grown so much and is doing so much, but it's simply because of the leadership. We got to have people with a vision and people who do the hard work to get things done. Yes. And you have done that, and we are just so pleased to have you as the executive. It's a great job. We would have senior days for the seniors can come in and play cards.
Bingo and all that kind of stuff.
and have a little food and just some very special things that Cody Rouge does. Now, the last thing I'm going to have to talk about is personal. Your business. Talk about what you decided to start.
Like, how do I have time to do all this? I don't know. When do I sleep? So the other business that I represent, I own the Detroit Smoothie Spot, which is a local mobile food truck.
Yes.
So we provide, we used to only provide smoothies. Now we have cold pressed juices now. So we have expanded the business. We are inside of one store currently, the corner store, which is near Henry Ford Hospital. We are looking to expand inside of other stores. So
the corner store near Henry Ford Hospital.
Yeah.
So tell me where that is.
So it's on 16th and
I know exactly where it is. When I say you say Great is a Small World.
Yes.
That young lady who owns that store
Mhm.
is Alicia's husband's Cranston's best
Yes,
friend.
Brenda. Yes. Is that,
Brenda,
yes.
yes,
Yes.
she's Cranston's godmother.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Yes.
cool. Yes. Yep.
Yes.
So that's where it's inside her
She
store.
just, that's a wonderful spot.
Yes. It's
And
nice.
you've been upstairs to the second level.
Yeah. It's
And
nice.
I told her when I said, Brenda, this could be a Airbnb. It's wonderful
Yes.
up there.
Yes.
But she has done such
She's done
a
a
great
phenomenal
job with that location.
And I've learned some things from her about development. Like
Yes.
she was able to help us out when we first started, with the looking at our performer, all those things. Yep. And help with that area. So
She is just absolutely wonderful. Yeah, we are just, Detroit is the smallest big city in the world.
yes.
Everybody is connected to somebody.
somebody
in Detroit
somewhere,
that
yes.
knows whoever that is. And so
Yes.
it's a wonderful spot, just a wonderful spot. What have we not talked about that you want to tell us about Cody Rouge?
Let's see. Oh, we have 2 other development projects that are happening in the neighborhood that we're not leading, but we are part of it as far as the community engagement. So we are getting 2 brand new schools. Cody High School, which is a school I graduated from years ago. Comments.
I'm sorry.
That's
So
the
Cody
McKenzie.
That's McKenzie's
Commissioner
tag.
Bell.
That's right. Wrong one.
Yes, so the Cody Comments is we're getting a new building. In fact, they just finally cleared the land where it used to be there used to be a driver's ed course. So they've torn that down, and that's where the new school is going to be. So they're going to build a new school, and then they'll tear down the old school.
Okay.
Yep. So that's exciting.
And the new school is going to be adjacent to the old school?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
It's right next door. Yeah. And then KIP Detroit, Imani Academy is the charter school that's currently housed inside of St. Suzanne. They're going to be, actually, they just broke ground. They had a groundbreaking ceremony a few weeks ago. So that's going to be on the old Herman Garden land.
Garden on the Herman Garden
yes.
site.
So those are 2 projects that I'm excited about. There's going to be an early childhood center there as well. Yep. So that whole campus is going to be really nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, Rouge Park. Did I mention Rouge Park?
No, okay. That's right. Talk about Rouge Park.
And Rouge Park is also, we're going to have a brand new recreation center by the pool area. Yes. So that's actually a project that's supported by Tom Gore from the Pistons.
Okay.
Pistons. Yep. So that's actually was supposed to break ground this year. I think it's a place. That's the what.
Yeah.
About to change up, whatever. So, so those are the exciting projects. There's a lot of major things that are happening in Cody Rouge. So, happy to be there.
Lots of good stuff going on, and lots of work to do.
Yes.
The good part is that we've got community organizations and block clubs that are a part of that. We got block clubs that do what's that? Food. They have gardens.
The gardens, the community gardens. There's quite a few gardens there. Yes.
Yes.
We have there's Arkansas has a garden. Actually, all the block clubs really have like gardens. I want to start naming names and then I forget somebody. They're like, you didn't mention right now.
Well, I am so glad you joined us
Thank you.
today.
Thank
I'm
you.
so glad you were able to join us because there's so much going on. And that simply means we're going to have a quarterly review of what's going on.
I like it. I like it.
So that on a quarterly review, you can come back and update us on what's going on and all the projects and all the young people and the building and the apartment. I mean, just lots of stuff going on. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yes. But the last thing I will say is congratulations, Madam Woman of Excellence.
Thank you.
Kenyetta, Michigan, Detroit's Woman of Excellence this year.
Yes.
Just a well-deserved honor. Well-deserved honor. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm so humble. Proud of you.
So proud of you. Okay, folks. We'll see you next Monday. Community Bell Show. 4:00. We'll see you. Have a great week.
Thank you for listening to Community Bell with your host, former Wayne County Commissioner Edna Bell. This broadcast was brought to you by WVTC Radio Detroit. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, our website, www.wvtcradio.com, or download our WVTC app from the Play Store for Android users and the App Store for iPhone users. If you've enjoyed this broadcast, tell a friend to tune in. We'll see you next Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern to the Community Bell Show, right here on WVTC Radio Detroit.
Hey, my name is Joe Smith. I'm a filmmaker here in Detroit, and I watch WVTC and listen. Watch and listen. You got the eyes and ears, both.
Get ready, Detroit, because we're about to do it again. The GMWA Detroit chapter presents Women Impacting the World 2025. Join us for an unforgettable concert experience featuring Powerhouse 100-voice women's choir under the direction of evangelist Sandra Rose, along with Sheila Oden, Sherry Watson Robinson, and Teresa Youngblood. It's all happening Sunday, October 19th at 4 p.m. at Kadesh Baptist Church, 20361 Plymouth Road, Detroit. And that's not all. We're honoring two of Detroit's finest women, Reverend Dr. Jacqueline Nelson and Miss Linda Swanson, plus a special tribute to our GMWA Detroit Legacy member. And get ready, y'all, because this year's special guest is the incomparable Libby. Oh yeah, this is one concert you don't want to miss. Admission is absolutely free. Free will offering will be collected. For more information, visit gmwadetroit.org. Be there and witness women impacting the world.
Listen, I'm here at Elmar's Furs. I need you to understand, if you can't get in the store, you can always shop online. And when you shop online, you want to make sure that you follow him on social media, on all social media. And if you're looking for the website, it's elmarfurs.com. Listen, Instagram, Facebook, we're looking for you. He's got sales and he's got a payment option for you that's going to meet your very need. It's going to benefit you because you'll get in on the sales. So listen, make sure you come or visit us online, elmarfurs.com.
Go to your Apple or Google Play Store and download the WVTC Gospel Radio app today. You can also say, Alexa, play WVTC Radio Skills.
Would you like to play WVTC Radio Network?
Absolutely. Download it today.
You're listening to WVTC Gospel Radio Detroit, and we're flowing in the Spirit.